Yo, what's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, in this video, I wanted to talk about these paranoid dudes out here in the dating game, right? So, every now and then, I get a comment on one of my videos, or I get an email from some guy who's like, Mr. Locario, you're teaching these guys how to get girls, but, you know, what's gonna happen when the guy has sex with a girl and then she gives a false rape claim? Or, what if this guy gets the girl pregnant and now he has to pay child support for all these years, and if he can't pay for it, then he's gonna have to go to jail and yada, 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 and all this other craziness, right? See, the thing is this, what you gotta understand is that in the game, you're going to have women who are going to be on some bullshit, right? It's gonna happen. See, the problem usually is that a lot of times when guys get caught up, and now this isn't all the time, but a lot of times when guys get caught up, it's usually because they didn't peep who they were fucking with in the first place. You understand? They didn't peep out the chick who they were fucking with in the first place. So then what happens is that they end up fucking with a chick who's on some bullshit, and then they get themselves into situations that's, some type of bullshit situation, right? Now, we all know that the whole false rape shit happens and all this other stuff. But the thing is this, is usually what happens is it usually doesn't really even happen as much as people want to say it does. Because I'll even use myself, for example, right? I can probably guarantee you that I've been with way more women than 99% of the guys watching this video right now, okay? Dated more women, had sex with more women than 99% of the guys who are watching this right now, right? And I have never, ever had a situation where a girl has, falsely accused me of anything, or, said I did some shit or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Never, right? And I've dated thousands of women, had sex with hundreds of women, and this shit has never happened, right? Now, again, I'm not saying that these things don't happen, but usually what happens in a lot of cases is the reason why those things are brought up, or the reason why it happens, is because guys will be dealing with chicks who are on some bullshit, who are crazy, and they continue to deal with them. So what happens is dudes be dealing with chicks, right, who be on some wishy-washy shit. You understand? So they get into a situation, a sexual situation with a girl. The girl's not sure if she even wants to do it, or she's acting like she don't want to do it, and then one minute she wants to do it, the next minute she don't want to do it. Then you end up doing this girl, and then she's like, oh, I felt taken advantage of and all that other garbage. And so this is why I teach guys, listen, make sure it's 100% cooperation. You understand? Because if you're dealing with these wishy-washy chicks, those are usually the chicks who you fuck with and then shit goes left, right? So a lot of times it's just you understanding, like, look, I shouldn't be dealing with this type of girl. I need to peep, okay, this is the girl I shouldn't be fucking with, right? Now, to be fair, 100% of the time, you're not gonna always know. Let's say you might meet a chick, everything seems cool, and then she could, say some bullshit about you. But that's usually rare. You understand? Like, that's not like an everyday occurrence. That's some rare shit. But most of the time what happens is that when you get in those situations, it's girls who at first were acting like they wanted it, then they act like they don't want it, then they act like they want it, then they act like they don't want it, and then you proceed with those girls, and then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, I felt this way and I felt that way, right? So it's not just you going out there dealing with women, and just women are just running amok and acting crazy. You understand? Because there's thousands upon thousands of millions of guys who are dealing with women, having sex with women, having relationships with women, and have never had to deal with this shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's too many guys out there who are paranoid. It's just like, oh, you can't fuck with any of these girls. You can't have sex with any girl because she's going to say you took advantage of her. Come on, son, stop. It's like, okay, you're thinking about this worst case scenario all the time. It's like, you might as well say, look, don't get in a car because you can crash. Like, don't ever get in a car because a car can crash. Don't ever go on a plane because the plane can crash. Don't ever eat food at a restaurant because you can get food poisoning. Or, matter of fact, don't even eat because you can choke to death. You see how ridiculous it sounds? So if you're just taking it to the extreme where you're like, oh, well, don't holler at chicks or don't deal with chicks because these chicks are going to be on some shit and they're going to accuse you of this or accuse you of that. Again, watch for the chicks you're dealing with. Stop being so goddamn paranoid. But see, again, a lot of these dudes miss the signs of you know, the chicks they're dealing with. They're like, okay, they miss out on seeing that this chick is on some crazy shit. Like, yo, I remember I was out with this this chick. She was bad though. She was like, imagine if Jennifer Lopez and Nicki Minaj was one person. Okay, like that's how this chick look. Like mad pretty, body's fucking crazy. You understand? Like she the type of chick, she walk in a room and niggas, you know, they're trying to be respectful and not look at her because she with me, but they looking and I can't blame them because she's that bad. But the thing was, I couldn't really fuck with her. Why? Because on the date, as I'm talking to her and as I'm having the conversation, I realized this girl's fucking nuts. You understand? This girl's fucking crazy. So it's like, you know, I always say this, my brain and my dick is having a conversation. So my dick is like, dude, you need a smash. But my brain is like, nigga, stop. Don't do that shit. Right? And so a lot of this, to prevent a lot of this from happening, you guys just need to know how to choose the right chicks to deal with. You understand? Because why is it that I've dated thousands of girls, had sex with hundreds of girls, but for some reason, I've never had to deal with this shit? And I've had other guys who I know, some of my close friends, who are, you know, who deal with a lot of chicks, who never really had to deal with this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now again, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because it does. It does happen out there. So I don't want you guys to be like, oh, you're trying to ignore all this. No, the shit does happen. But again, what can get you to not be caught up in that nonsense, right, is you understanding what chicks to deal with and what chicks not to deal with, because that's going to dramatically decrease the chances of that happening to you. You feel what I'm saying? You got to understand this shit. But you got these dudes who are out here like extremely paranoid to the point where they're like, oh, I'm not messing with any girl. And you know, if you feel that way, I would say, look, just don't ever have sex with a woman ever again. Just do that. And then you'll be fine. Just be abstinent and you won't have to worry about none of this shit. Right? You most likely won't have to worry about none of this shit. But again, there are chicks who are crazy, so you could literally meet a chick at an event and shake her hand. And then she could say, oh, he shook my hand too tight. It was sexual harassment. You know, so, you know, it's fucking crazy. But the thing is, are you going to now, you know, put your sex life on hold or you give up on the shit that you're trying to do when it comes to women, literally just based off of, you know, some crazy shit? Are you going to do that? I don't think you are. Right? Well, some guys, they seem like they're going to do that, but it usually what it seems like is that guys are just doing this because, you know, again, they want an excuse to not have to put in any work, to not have to do shit. So it's like, well, let me just, you know, say women are crazy, women are insane. They're all going to, you know, try to do some shit to me, so I'm just not going to deal with them. And another thing with the whole pregnancy thing, right, is that, you know, you guys got to understand, a lot of this, again, this comes with management of you understanding yourself, you dealing with situations with these girls to where you know what you're doing. So the thing is, don't get the fucking girls pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that easy to get a chick pregnant. Truthfully. Like, if you, look, dude, at this point, let me knock on some wood somewhere. At this point, you know, I should have like 20 kids by now, right? I should. But I have 0. Why? Because I use protection. I use a condom, right? I pull out with a condom on. You understand? Like, I do this stuff. And usually for a chick to get pregnant, in most cases, it's a window. So a lot of times, if you're doing it right, you don't got to even worry about this shit as far as pregnancy goes. But again, that's you taking responsibility up front, because you got to do as much as you can do from the jump. So you got to do as much as you can do as far as, let me see if the chick that I'm dealing with is, not some crazy ass bitch. You understand? And if she's not, if she's cool, you proceed. If you see she is, you keep the shit moving. If you're trying to have sex with a girl, if she's on some wishy-washy shit, seems like she don't know what she wants, you leave her the fuck alone. If she's, jumping on you, she's cooperative, everything seems cool, then you fuck with it. You having sex with a girl, don't go raw. Wear a condom, you understand? Make sure you're protecting yourself. Don't believe some chick if she says, hey, I'm on the pill or this and that. You don't need to use it, all that other garbage. No, you do what you need to do when it comes to you fucking with these chicks. And I'm telling you, once you do that, you're not gonna really, be on some crazy paranoid shit. Now let me say something too. You still gotta make sure in the game that you keep your eyes open. So don't be naive, because I don't want you guys to think that I don't understand that there are things that go on in this situation where you're gonna meet chicks who are gonna be on some bullshit. Chicks do these fucking crazy claims and all this other garbage. I understand that. But what I want you guys to take from this is, don't start being this extremist type of motherfucker who thinks that every chick is out here to get you, every chick is out here gonna be on some crazy shit, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, because then that affects your game, that affects your dating life, that affects how you're going to relate to women. You feel what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. Listen, if you guys have any questions, make sure you click the link below and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace, I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, make sure you click the link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Now, this is a private one-on-one coaching session between me and you where we chop up game for a half an hour. So make sure you click that link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.